happening? John here, hanging out, guys. Ninja Podcast, back again, recording a sweet ass segment here for you guys. We've got rebuttals, we got opinions, we got facts of the matter. We got it all happening here, hanging out in the Mixix studio. What's up? Again, guys, I am John. I got on the line with us hanging out. We got Adam. What's up, Adam?
What's up, buddy? How are you doing?
Dude, I'm doing good. Hanging out. It's hot as F here, so I appreciate you dealing. I know it's hot out there, but you guys got fires and shit, too.
Oh my God, bro! Like every year, fucking California goes into a huge ablaze, bro. And it just terrorized the state, bro. A couple years ago, the whole town of Paradise, bro. Thousands of people died, totally burned down the whole town. I mean, again, we live in these rural communities out in the woods, out in the sticks, out in the trees, and it just happens sometimes, bro. And especially here in a place like California, we cannot go a year without it. So
no, it seems Colorado, where I was at, I moved to Colorado a year or two later. There's Waldo Canyon fire. Next year, the next canyon over fire, and it was kind of the same thing there, where it was just even Tennessee now fires and that. It can be crazy in so many different ways. But what was nuts, dude, was seeing how it kind of shifts and changes things for people. You'd have people who lived in these remote areas all the time, beautiful houses and this sort of thing, and then you just see just devastation. And then folks would, because you can't exactly rebuild there right off the bat, because it's nuts. People don't understand the impact of what this really does. It's not just your average fire over there. These are enormous. And the smoke, dude. How's the air quality right now, bro?
So bad, bro, that I couldn't go outside, or my wife wouldn't try to go outside, or any of my family for that matter. None of us would try to go outside in this town. It's bad, bro. If I look out the window right now, I can see just smoke everywhere, and we're not even really near it, bro. It's still at least 100 miles away. But to give you an idea, the smoke is so thick, bro, that I'm not feeling the summer heat in summertime in California.
No, bro. Are you getting the little bits of ash that kind of come along with it?
Oh,
those get caught in the wind. You go outside, and your car is just covered in this stuff. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
For listeners, it's like a dust settling, and it gets thick.
It's so bad. So last year, we were actually kind of involved in this huge fire that made country worldwide news, bro. It was it was called the Caldor Fire, and it literally, bro, it hit the backs of our asses. It got so close, and the town ended up leaving, bro. They ended up telling everybody that they had to leave their homes, and obviously by law they can't make you leave, but they tell you, they run police through, and they're
they'll run an evacuation. And that can turn into pandemonium. It's nuts.
Oh,
some people can't handle it.
It was chaos. But the worst thing about it is in towns like this, when there's these fires, you'll have looters stay behind on purpose.
Right, bro.
And so fucking back your house. And I mean, I have a pretty well-established property and a pretty well-established house. And, I have a fair amount of security. I have a bunch of dogs and cameras and shit. But in the long run, I just didn't want my house to be destroyed. So I ended up staying, bro. And I was probably honestly, and this is, I shit you not, bro, there's probably 10 or 11 other occupants in this whole town of about 6,000 people, bro, that ended up staying behind. And it was like living in hell. It was dude, fucking ash raining down every day, bro. And I'm sitting here in my house, and I'm trying to run air purifiers, bro, and run fans and anything with steam, and I'm trying to keep the smoke out. And it was just, bro, it was brutal, bro. So much to the point too, where it was I almost fucking was I'm just getting the fuck out of here, because it was eerie, bro. Talk about being in a town full of people that is just gone, and there's nobody there, bro.
Yeah,
and it's just so weird.
Yes. See, you're touching on the points that folks don't understand when it's when you got a localized small disaster occurring in real time, man, or localized large disaster happening in real time in this case. That's exactly right. I recall being in the Springs and trying to get kind of, because it was just you could see flames along the top sides of hills that are just peaks and valleys and that sort of thing, or peaks and canyons out there that you're so familiar with, and then all of a sudden there's just a red line going across, and especially in the night, and I know that you've seen it probably yourself, how it rises up in plumes and just turns into kind of almost like a hell. Sky looks like hell. Bro. It looks like you're in literal hell. If I can explain, that's what it literally looks like.
Yeah, dude, like, honestly, you're hitting the nail on the head. Like,
thank you, because it sucks. It so sucks for anybody to have to go through that, but that's exactly what it looks like, and it's bro. Yeah, no, let me throw it back to you.
Quality, bro, was so bad that if I was outside, I had to absolutely wear a mask. Like, there's no question. Like today, bro, like I would have to wear a mask if I were outside. And again, it's still over 100 miles away.
Damn. See, and that's the thing. It's that shit travels in the wind, and it'll affect states over, because as it builds, it changes the weather. Dude, it's crazy.
Oregon and Nevada gets all of our fucking smoke, dude. They hate us so bad.
It's fucking nuts. Oh yeah, no, exactly. The states over catching the smoke. That is no joke, dude. As far as it goes with that kind of thing, I guess for the Shinobi listeners, man, that right there, it kind of says a lot, because I've been through it. You go through it regularly out there. So I guess I could just say I relate. But for the folks that get involved or rather get pulled into those sorts of scenarios, and it's kind of it's a whirlwind of effects, and then the next thing you know, you're faced with questions. Do we evacuate with everybody? Do we follow the norm? Do we stay? And this could happen for hurricane folks and that sort of thing. I think there's a lot that occurs there that in the mind, you know what I mean, our listeners have to really ask those questions that you would ask yourself as with Nin philosophy in place. What are going to be the best decisions? What's going to be advantage to me? I think at the end of the day, it's always life. Life is you want to save life at all costs. So, but I've also seen it to the point to where, because again, folks are almost willing to kind of stay the course and battle through terrible times and in a sense not abandon ship. So there's a lot of mental, you know what I'm saying? You can get frustrated and it'd be stressful at those times. So guys, if you find yourself needing to endure and persevere through those case scenarios, man, my heart goes out to you and the folks that get affected and that kind of thing. It's those are times when your training is truly I want to say tested, bro. Your training is truly tested. The whole mental game comes full swing at that point. Full point.
100%. Like, that to me is the biggest struggle. I hear a lot of people saying, oh, this is the hardest part of martial arts. And really, I think that people need to understand that there's such a big side to the mental as well as there is to the physical. And I think that the mental game is by far harder than the physical game. It's such a different type of warfare, and it's you taking control of you and not letting it take control of you, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I follow. Yeah, dude, you touch on something that recently has kind of been brought up too, where, the whole idea of martial art in let's look at the grand structure of martial art. Let's say it includes all these different styles, and let's call them different styles from all different areas of the globe. Each one kind of in a sense is going to embrace and embody some sort of element where there's an inward development. This is for the self also. There's always an artist's aspect and an artist's point of view being what is it, an introspect, I suppose. So you're looking at, but with that, you're kind of taking a journey inward. Regardless of where you kind of come at the journey, you're looking in at oneself and seeing, how will I endure? What will be best for, again, saving life, saving, the integrity of what stands here, what I've built. These are tough things, and that's essentially the kind of the battle in the mind, bro. So there is no doubt that Shinobi warriors need to be hardened warriors, but also be ready to face not a battle from an exterior, not an attacker or but this can be chance of events and twisting of life, and it can flip you upside down, and never would you have thought that something is going to make you cry, not somebody whooping you across the nose. You feel?
Sure. one thing I think about for me personally is mastering the martial arts for me is much, it's mastering yourself, you know, like, and I think that's the biggest struggle, man, is just mastering yourself and mastering your emotions and mastering who you are, and, you know, whether you can do this anymore or you can do that, or, you know, having self-control. These are all things, again, that I think that apply to what, you know, what entails a good martial artist is, you know what I mean? And I think, again, I think a lot of people will be, oh, well, you know, where's your self-control? And I want people to know I'm very much doing this on purpose.
Right.
You know, like, I'm saying all of this on
I
purpose.
get a little bit of shit there too, where you're like, hey, you know, listen to your podcast,
You know,
but then I saw you acting like a goof ass. I was like, hey, look, if you're not having fun, if you're not enjoying life, then I guess I can't help you, man. You know,
well, and that's how it is at this point. Like, I'm not here to live my life for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're here to live for you. Like, I'm here to live for me, and I'd much rather, you know, keep doing what I'm doing. I think it's hilarious that there's so many people out there that are so offended by, you know, what I say publicly, that, you know, that they would write, you know, huge articles about it. And it's just, it's fucking hilarious, bro. It's fucking hilarious.
No, it's quite funny. So IANF as I've developed IANF and the folks we've had around, we kind of have done our best to clear out a lot of the folks who are kind of feeding bullshit information and just just talking shit and just taking what we saw as good, you know, good intentions. You know, we want to do great things. People make a mockery of it out there. As we weeded those folks out, it seemed like things settled down and things kind of went away. But I've noticed that you're exactly right. This Lourdes character, Don Rowley, his AKA, he's at it again. I'm going to start this off by saying it's very interesting how Lourdes seems to take very, particular interest in us at the very same times that Don would show offense or post a video or go some certain route. Now, there's a lot going on right now. First, bro, we're gonna do this. Let me crank us a jam. Are you ready for this, dude?
Absolutely. I think it's time to these things publicly, and how you should smoke a pack. You really should not smoke a pack a day, even if the person you're living with is.
Smoke weed every day, but not those cancer sticks, my man.
100%.
My ladies, my folks out there, folks who are tormented by your tormentors. I know it seems that the porch is the only place you can hang out, smoke the cigs, but at least switch to the weed. Express maybe a love of self and take the journey with the mind and the enhancements. Lourdes had a lot to say about our toking. I thought that was kind of funny too. Lourdes listened. You know that we made this bullshit just for the fact for him to listen. It's like net catch a fish.
100.
Like
Lourdes Dawn.
We were fishing
Lourdes
for a
Dawn
very
absolutely listens,
Lourdes Dawn,
bro. Like he listens to everything that we talk about, and it was clear in the article. Like, he was really upset that I was talking about the fact that his wife got cancer because she smoked too many cigarettes because he's such a douchebag. Well, that's just my opinion. I mean, it's obvious that she died of cancer. Sure, I wasn't there to see it, but I can only imagine
it's a
that
bummer. Loss of life is sad.
Bro.
Let's tip our hat to the loss of life. It's sad. It's terrible. But Don's
horrible.
a prick dick bag, and that's why shit gets. I'm with you. But again, it's Lordonus. How are we gonna approach it?
Lordonus.
Lordonus.
And here we are, like, and every time he
Saprolleyens.
writes one of those articles, bro, it just bleeds out more and more like it's him. Like, it's not like he's even trying anymore. Like, here's the thing. Like, you're a pretty good friend of mine. I'd say I talk to you pretty regularly.
Oh yeah.
If somebody said something about me in particular, and you were writing an article, and even if it was in favor of me and you also had anger towards this other person, you wouldn't go after the details that were gone after in this article. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's too much personal shit going on.
Specific.
And Lourdes is not involved in the things that he's going on and on about. And here's the thing, I don't give a fuck how loyal people are. We're fucking men. And of course, we are alpha males.
Man,
we are, bro. Alpha male. We need to get some of that soap, bro.
Dude, that's
Alpha
where
male.
this all comes from. They ripped into me hard because I'm gonna throw a quick shout out. Right now, we've got a friend who actually is kind of going through some stuff, and a lot of us have kind of had to be like, hey, bro, no offense, but we're gonna kind of shut the window so that way you can do your thing and we don't want to be a distraction. So a lot of us did not want to be a distraction for a very good friend of ours. Some people may be like, whoa, what? But just listen to me. And so we've got a friend out there who right now is kind of going through a personal battle. And it's a bummer because I've had friends who I call friends, and people that I meet, and they're goofy, they're silly, they're friends. They're people that you know. And some people, honest, when they struggle with mental illness and this sort of thing, it's not the time to poke fun, ridicule, call them nuttier than a squirrel turd, and all these other quotes that are out there floating. It's time to help and be a friend and help encourage healing, help encourage a healthy path towards recovery in the case that it's a recoverable, medicatable, something that can be done. I get it. In some cases, mental health can take from you friends. It's taken from me friends in the past. Folks in that sort of thing, and be around party scenes, what have you. I know a lot of us out here could name a certain friend at this point, but I guess I'll take this moment. We're going to raise mental health awareness, while we take a moment. But you mentioned Alpha Male. Listen, Alpha Male Soap was actually introduced to me in the partnership that's going to go on there, and Alpha Male brand. My friend introduced me to them and worked hard on his end to make his own friend with distributions and that sort of thing. So Alpha Male brand to me was like some serious shit. Like that was like soap with a business, bro. And they meant business, and they backed a great friend of mine. And I meant what I said when I used the products and would back it and shit. So I know it's like, bro, we should get some of that soap. But it's like, bro, we should get some of that soap because they helped a great friend when in time of need. And I want to throw that shout out to a friend. And Lourdes or Don or whoever the fuck is listening, he knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about right fucking now. Because his videos and his posts, bro, people see that shit, and sometimes what will happen is weird people will show up and be like, man, like this was written about you, or this art, and they just start sharing the shit articles about you in your own stuff, so that way, the people that would be going to your stuff now see these fucking threads and shit. And that kind of fucked him up, dude. Kind of pisses me the fuck off. Kind of seriously pisses me the fuck off. Like, Don, Lourdes, whoever the fuck is listening, I'm actually really fucking pissed about that because, bro, you don't know the conversations that I've had and trying to help people and all the one-offs out there. There's times where I gotta cut ins, bro. You mentioned Rudy a while back.
God.
I had to let it go because there's certain conversations that I do want to have that build and build and build, but then there's some conversations that are just repetitious, and so I'm sorry to the folks out there where it feels like you get pick or choose and but bro, we get made fun of because we're open to people and make a home for people who they want to ridicule and call criminals or pedophiles or potential nutcases, potential pedophiles. It's so fucked up, dude.
Bro, here's how I see it, okay? I see Don Rowley at this moment in time seeing publicly that now he might be held accountable and responsible for this friend of ours going through these mental illnesses right now, currently. That definitely saying the things that he's saying publicly about this person, posting videos is definitely not something... Oh, bro, that's not something that the local police department's going to look at and just be like, oh, not a big deal. Like, this guy's literally going through a very, very tough time. And Don Rowley's literally posting just article, video after post, and it's all about, our buddy. And it's just kind of funny that I kind of feel like he's scrambling right now because
picking on the most random dude in our group and just the people who have hung out or clinged on or liked what we were doing in the Ninja Fam. And he's like slapping one of our little buddies down there because he does help out.
this guy, and this is not my attempt to try to like stand up for this guy, because to be honest with you, I know this guy very little. Okay. But I can tell you that this guy has absolutely 100% never been involved with even mentioning Don Roley's name.
No.
That in fact,
Ever.
that
Yes.
in the past, when his name was brought up in public like talks where this guy was available, he never even touched down on it. So number one, we have a person that's attacking another person that's never even mentioned this guy publicly, not once. Like not once anywhere.
Exactly.
So he's decided to take it upon himself to go after a person that's obviously suffering from some severe mental trauma.
Dude.
Okay. And now, bro, like the posts are just crazy that he's making because, bro, it's been reported to our friend's local police department, and they're very aware that this is something that he's
and
been
they don't
doing.
know. I made the call. I was the one that made the call. They can say all the fuck they want. Oh, we have confirmation that, you know, he's getting it. Bro, you don't know dick from shit. I'm the one who made the call to the police department, that made the contact with the officer, that asked the questions and had information of potential interest for such a POI. Look, with our friend, this is a 1096 case, okay? In any scenario, when approached, 1096 is a code in law enforcement where it's a mental subject at hand. Therefore, the way that you deal with the interactions are completely different. They're 100% different. You're talking about a person, and I'm going to do this because this needs to be said. Listen, schizophrenia and various mental disorders and personality disorders are something that have been strongly misunderstood, strongly typecasted, and over time strongly ridiculed in public with no understanding of where it comes from. So ignorance has been able to just kind of run amok. And I remember as a kid hearing stuff like, oh, you know, bada yada, and hearing, you know, calling kids schizo and all this shit. Here's the thing. I've seen TED Talks with folks who suffer from schizophrenia, medicate in a certain way or find balance through mental, both the therapies, medications, and healthy living all come together. And these are tools to help a person live with such a mental ailment. In this case, with schizophrenia, there are folks who could be very, very aware of what's happening. They're in their environment. They know everything. But they also sometimes have trouble with association. They'll become disassociated from reality and what's actually occurring in time and space at this point, and it becomes their reality or a replacement of reality. So let's use the example. Somebody who they will think that they are traveling somewhere to go to meet somebody or something, and this is all forever. This is and it's almost like an episode that they can fall back into. A lot of times too, man, as people age and that sort of thing, Alzheimer's, there's a lot of associations that folks find with various neurological disorders that couple with these sorts of disassociations in reality, and then it takes place as well and manifests with age. It's crazy how the brain really works. That's why they still to this day have to speculate to some extent a lot of what occurs, because they can follow what happens in the brain, and they can follow neurological pathways, and they can tell you what's being suppressed or what's being promoted by the brain in the sense of the reward structure and how it works. And for some of our friends, they struggle in how all that ties together in reality, and it becomes difficult. If a friend falls into a difficult scenario where they can't correlate occurrence in reality in real time, you can lose a friend that way. And it pisses me off, bro, that when that happens, people say that sort of thing. So look, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say that I agree with you, because that was what kind of that's the only reason I even looked, because somebody said, hey, I don't know what's going on with our friend. And I said, I don't know either. We've all asked that he take time to step away from social media and do his thing. And we've been very vocal about that. I have posts about it with IANF. But IANF right now is being pegged as if we like open the doors to loonies and this is the sort of thing you want around your kids. Bro, give me a fucking break.
No. Firstly, you open your arms and your doors to the public, which I don't see anything that's what most martial arts teachers do.
And every person in the public to know. Exactly.
Well,
go ahead.
And here's another thing too, like, I don't think that Don understands the legal implications. Like, this is no longer about my battle with Don. Now Don's being investigated for the constant, like, bashing of our friend. And so that's really fucked up, bro. Like, I don't think that he realizes that it's not really so much my war with him or your war with him. Like, now he's really in some shit.
That's no joke.
Local
that is no joke.
Local PDs have indeed looked at what he's posted. And again, he can go ahead all day long and try to, make people believe whatever he wanted to. That's what he did in his article. I strongly urge everybody to look up Von Roley and why he was let go from his job. He tried to cover that up so badly, it wasn't even done very well. But I strongly urge everybody to also go look up go look up Don Roley's, involvement with the murder. And I think that that's really something that everybody needs to do, because he tried to backslide. He tried to run around every little corner that he could, and it's available online. Like, nobody needs to question this because it's already there. Agreed. The articles are there. Everything's already there. So, and what's funny too is he really tried to beat around the Ed Martin thing. He's full of shit. Number one, I actually never said that I was personally involved with Ed Martin's daughters. I never once said that. I said that I knew for a fact that he had not talked to them. I never said that I knew them personally or that I had contact with them personally, number one. Number two, he was actually named as one of the individuals that was suspected in that whole situation. He can try to get around that all he wants. And he can use public shots, because I have public shots of people from the Bougie literally deleting his post. So this is the thing. He can try to backslide and he can try to say, oh, well, it happened this way and this is why this happened and I have an answer for this. But the simple fact of the matter is that organization didn't even give him time to put up his post, nor did they help him with his pleas of help. So that's the thing, man. If I was wrong, again, I strongly urge everybody to, again, fall back on the idea that they wouldn't even help him. And that, in fact, the organization does not respect him, and he has no affiliations nor ties, only people that are still involved. That's the only affiliation he has. He is no longer affiliated with that organization. That's not something I'm saying.
Bro, exactly. That's the catch. And since we've kind of dug in deeper, we've had a few folks. I've had folks who I've been in touch with all along, that are great Bujinkan practitioners. They're great people, and they're reaching out for me for two reasons. They're, number one, they're not really pumped because a couple episodes back I said that Masaaki is a fraud, and what I'm trying to say is, I know I said those words and I know it's harsh, but look, I get called a fraud. Everybody gets called a fraud. There's so many things out there that I personally question. I wonder. There are not answers to questions that a lot of us have, and folks on a very grand scale who have also asked these questions have been, mocked, pushed down, had, letters of attack sent to them, people taking pictures of their house, weird shit. Anthony Cummins went through the fucking ringer. I want to use him as kind of like the top tier dude who took it to that level where videos, exchanges, writing letters straight up to Masaaki. I mean, not beating around the fucking bush here. So I don't mean to piss my Bujinkan friends off. Listen, I don't mind where you get your connection or what you consider your adhesion to ninjutsu. Mine is through life. I know I need teachers in life, but I don't need idols. You feel me? I search for teachers.
Why the fuck would I worship another man?
He's an idol of weird capacity.
I'm sorry, I don't really give a fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if people feel bro, like, I don't give a shit. Like, the dude is a fucking fake. He's a fucking phony, and he saw dollar signs. There might have been a time when he first fucking came out with this idea that he was something of worth. But that all fucking went down the drain when he decided to fucking look at the American dollar and see what he could take from it. And I don't give a fuck if it pisses people off. That dude is a fucking phony and a fraud. If I put a video up right now and I urge 100 people that aren't involved in martial arts to watch that video and tell me that they thought it was real, they'd fucking laugh their asses off. And they have nothing to do with the martial arts. And that's my fucking point. If I showed something that, like, let's say fucking Benny the Jet did, or something that Richard Norton did, or something that, you know, Chuck Norris did, people are going to fucking know, and they're going to be like, dude, that guy's a fucking badass. Nothing that these people are doing publicly or that they're showing is relevant. Nothing, none of it works. None of it is fucking finite. It is not pressure tested. And in fact, those videos, like with fucking Don Roley, what a fucking joke. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know how many times I have to try to, like, tell people, look Don Roley up on YouTube, and then come back and tell me that you're happy with what modern day ninjutsu is, because I know you're not gonna be.
See, bro, you touched on something that is so a valid point. Listen, lordonus-saprolleyens, as he is, both parties, whoever the fuck he wants to be at any given time of the 7,500 people at the BSMA, of which he is every single one of.
I guarantee.
He is every
the
one of
got
them.
Straight up fucking.
He is every one of them. Look, it's laughable, and this is my point. It's laughable because you can write a million blogs, you can make a million videos of you sitting on your ass, but here's the thing: I'm not out claiming to be anything other than a podcaster, bro. You're not out claiming to do anything other than, you know, you're what you're broadcasting and what you're doing as a content creator and as a martial artist. A lot of us are doing our thing. Look,
and I want to throw this out there, dude.
Yes.
Like, I'm nowhere near a master. Like, bro, I am not a fucking master. The last time that somebody decided to give me a title, that was with Frank Dukes. That was the last fucking time. And I still consider that something of worth, whether or not somebody else does or not. That was something I worked for, something that Frank knows that I fucking worked for. Again, I'm not interested in what people think of me, bro. Like, I know my worth.
Right. And
I know how many multiple years.
Exactly.
Bro, I put 2 decades of my life into constant training. Again, if you can look at what my material has shown you online, if you can look at that and you can tell me that I'm a fraud, then you got to check your fucking eyes.
Fucking A.
Because everything that I'm fucking doing is something that master level people do. And I'm not even a fucking master, bro. I'm far from it. I'm still very much a student, in my opinion.
See,
there you
go,
that's my point.
Yeah. No,
and I will never call myself a master, bro. Like, I am not a master. I would never. Bro, my name is Adam McKinley. Like, I would maybe call me an instructor, but I'm nowhere near anything of title or worth. But I'm not claiming to be those things. I'm not the one out there saying.
Yeah. I always kind of got bugged about even sensei. Like, all right, look, bro, when I was teaching a taijutsu class and kind of doing my, like, what we considered, we did our taijutsu class for the public and our location that we worked with, which was a yoga gym, part of a climbing facility, real cool place, awesome facility, tons of cool shit. Shout out to fucking City Rock. But it was a point where when people would come in, they would see the taijutsu, they would see what we do. And there was a few people who would stick around, and the one as you know, as they learned all about how it's, you know, of Japanese descent, etc., they started calling me sensei, and I was like, I don't know about that, dude. And one of my friends who was in the group laughed, and because he knows that I always kind of hated that, he started doing it too. And it was like, and I'd look at him and I'd be like, bro, but then as it was like, it actually made me mad. I gotta be honest, like, when it first started, I wasn't really down with it. But Mitch, he wouldn't not say it, and then as new people showed up, they would fall in line. And I remember even one dude said, "You call him sensei here?" And I looked at that dude straight up. I said, "Hey, bro, you don't have to say shit. Like, listen, like, stop." Like, and I looked at Mitch. I was like, "Stop." And I looked at that dude. I was like, "Bro, you can call me bro. You can walk in here whatever the fuck you want. You just don't call me bullshit, and we're good."
This is a business situations. That's how this is. Like, and I'll be straightforward with you. Like, you're going to come to me so that I can help you find those tools that are already available to you. You already have them inside of you. I'm just helping you find those things. It's very much a business transaction for me. Like, that's what it is. Like, if you, again, people need to understand, dude, like, I don't want you bowing to me. I'm not your fucking God. I don't want you getting on your knees and looking like a douchebag and fucking doing shit. This is not a traditional martial arts.
Bro, agreed.
Class.
Don't
Like,
be taking fucking weird pictures with me and you and your head on my fucking shoulder, acting like you're my fucking real friend.
Right.
Don't do that shit.
Right. And you're not. And, like, that's the thing. That picture is a perfect example. That picture was Don Roley, like, trying to get all straight up, like, funny-unny with that guy, bro. Like, are you kidding me, dude? Bro, he was so far up that dude's ass. Like, I'm pretty sure that smile that guy's giving in that photo is because of what he knows he's getting at night, bro.
Too close.
Bro, and it's just that.
But it's that. It's somebody going to the extent to be like, oh, what's up, man? And when I had somebody go back and like, oh, sensei, I was almost like, stop. Like, no ass kissing around here, motherfucker. We don't do that shit. This is goddamn martial combat. If you kiss ass around here, you're gonna die on the fucking battlefield. Sorry.
Well, did you see
his
last post, bro? I was looking at one of his posts, and somebody goes, well, this is ninjutsu, and Don goes, well, originally the ninja just wanted to do like a trip, or he wanted to like make sure somebody fell back so that he could run away. Like, bro, it immediately made me think of Kip from fucking Napoleon Dynamite, bro. Like, that was his answer, bro. Like, ninjutsu is, to him, to Don Roley, ninjutsu is tripping a guard or an opponent. What the fuck are you doing where there's a guard around you, bro?
You're not fucking
hilarious. Are you like lurking around buildings, bro? Like, are you going to military like bases? Like, why the fuck would you even associate yourself with that? And then he goes, oh, and then you just kind of like put him on the ground and trip him or put him down so that you can run away. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Again, and I'll say this and I'll say it 100 times. Wars are not won from people just wanting to trip you and fucking run away. Battles are not fucking won this way, bro. Like, nowadays, dude, if somebody fucking comes up to you, if you're going to put him on the ground, you make sure he stays on the motherfucking ground. You don't run away. You make sure that you fucking put him down and you fucking end him. Then you can walk away like a fucking man and not run away like a bitch.
Word. In combat, bro. In combat. Speaking of combat, it was kind of funny because, again, Lourdes had a lot to say about fight challenges. Apparently, it seemed Lourdes was all about that. Why would Lourdes even give Lordonus?
And why would Lourdes give a fuck about my personal challenge as opposed to the millions of other people that have challenged Don Roley? And here's the thing: not once was it mentioned that I've publicly now 5 times made it available to Don to actually have a mixed martial arts fight with me that's legal and sanctioned and actually in a gym so that people can live stream it. That's the difference between it. He's just going after the fact that, oh, well, he didn't show up and he's a coward. He's more a coward than Ron Collins. Like, really, bro? Because I didn't, like, fall into your stupid little trap where you literally say you're allowed to come and you can follow me and my entourage to another location. That's not me trying to make it any bigger. That's straight up what the fucking words say.
You didn't even know where to be until like less than 24 hours beforehand. It's not like you got $1 million to do whatever the fuck you want. Take a private jet real quick.
And I'll make it public to both Lourdes and Don because you're both the same fucking person. Let's fucking face it.
Yeah, it's just Don, bro. This is sad.
I have offered this to you. I've already reached out to people. They say in a moment's notice, all I have to do is give them the go. I am publicly challenging Don Roley to a mixed martial arts match. We can have it in Colorado, any fucking state he wants. We will find a gym for it that is mutual. It will be live streamed, and he can go ahead and have his vengeance because he feels that he didn't get it the day he tried to con me into doing something fucking illegal. I'm going to be honest with you. After all the stupid shit that I did when I was a kid and that I fucking am here today, and I can honestly say that I've never once been behind bars, I'm proud of that fucking record. And I'm not going to fucking put my ass on the line because some dude wants to be a douchebag and beat around the bush and not meet me in real combat, bro. Like, dude, why not do it publicly? Like, you could sit here and bash me all day long, but nobody is going to fucking listen until you actually prove yourself. And I'm giving you another chance. Still, Dude, it's open availability to you, Donnie. I will meet you in your state. We can go to a mutual gym. We can have a live streamed combat. It is beautiful. It is awesome. I will give that to you. I will even leave you alone. Stop being a little bitch and writing articles that are fucking 3,000 fucking words long because you're so mad that you know that we're actually
doing nothing
honest.
about it. Right. At home, talking to the void of the no one who gives a fuck on the internet. Dude, you're right.
What's that?
It's screaming into the nothing.
Bro, it's like, oh, you know what? Like, you'd think he'd talk to his wife. Oh, wait, he doesn't have a wife because she smoked herself to death because Don's a douchebag.
Got nothing to do. Bro, look, okay, there's a lot of things that Lourdes had said that I thought was really fucking hilarious. Don, as Lordonus had said, that is funny, and that is that there's so much nitpicking of very specifics in saying that he had a legal pad. Listen to the bro. What's the exact reason we made the episodes is so that way we could. It's like we know, bro. We know we're talking directly to you, yet you keep listening to.
I want so badly, dude. I will say this publicly. I want so badly for you, Don, to reach out to a lawyer. I want so badly for this to end up in a court of law. You have no idea how much I'm challenging you right now to go out and get your little pro bono case. I urge you absolutely to try and do something like that. I have over a decade's worth of defamation and fucked up shit that you've been held accountable for. It's not a question in any state
it's
what
so
people are going to think about.
Too. You're saying that you're talking about not just
we're talking
you and
about,
I, but a number of people that have
so many people
on the pot.
I can't, but bro, I cannot name all the people on both sets of my hands. I would need probably like 3 sets. That's how many people right now have been completely fucking defunct and defamed, and probably some of them, I won't say all of them, but probably some of them don't deserve it. They just simply fought back. And that's the thing, bro. The only reason that I ever became anything to those fucking assholes is because I decided to fucking stand up against them. And Don had a fucking shit fit when I decided to actually make the public aware of his implications in the things that he's done in his past. Again, I urge the public, go look at Don Raleigh's involvement in his father's death. I urge the public, look up Von Raleigh and why he was let go from his position. I urge everybody to look up the association with the letters that Don is now implicated in publicly. These are not accusations that I have created. They were there before I was ever there.
Well, now that even Lourdes acknowledges and is sharing the very same thing, saying, no, here's the twist, this is the difference, this is what it is.
Who would care, bro?
So specific.
Bro, you're a badass dude. I like you a lot, man. You're a great guy, but I wouldn't spend that much time trying to fucking save you, bro.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? I love you, dude. You're a great guy, but like even as one of my really great friends, like I wouldn't fucking spend my personal time trying to break down these little segments of like how you offended John. You're your own man, bro. Like I want you to stand up on your own 2 feet.
Oh, bro, don't you know that this all kind of reminds me too, and then it's like, when again on a professional level, there's 2 folks who quarrel within a martial art. They come to the point to where one person is riling the shit up. They're pumping it. They're trying to get the fight going. They're trying to get in the person's head. They're trying to do those things. Somebody reached out to me and they said that they like the fight promotions because they're fun to listen to. And I thought that was great because I'm like, fight promotions, and I had to actually think about it for a minute. I'm like, what fight promotions? We're doing a competition. But then it dawned on me that obviously they're like that's how much I don't take it to the level of seriousness that he'll actually respond. But look, I'm gonna double down with you on some shit. Let me just put this out there. If Don wants to have these fights, he needs to have these fights. There are so many people that have been named over and over again that yada yada and these challenges and these fights. Look, regardless of what your ninjutsu is, and how you can't, if you honestly think that you can jump into a ring and do like an eye gouge or something, it's
Bro, he's a master of ninjutsu. You're telling me that not one time in his full Japanese tour that he learned even one shred of mixed martial arts at all?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, I mean, bro, you're gonna teach little girls to eye gouge, bro. That's what, little boys and little girls who are being attacked, you're gonna teach them to eye gouge. A grown-ass man who's weaseled his way into an argument, into a fight online, who's weaseled his way into these alleged, fights and competitions over time, who's weaseled his way through various blogs and bullshit in the martial arts community to become somewhat relevant enough to grab dudes like you and me and other folks to help himself stay relevant.
And mind you, I want to bring this up really quick, who has no pictures of all of his friends coming to his aid the other day when I was supposedly supposed to show up, who had this great dinner with a bunch of his friends, and yet not one fucking shred of evidence that even one person showed up on his behalf.
He was at home playing Eleanor Rigby, like on his own, cooking
fucking fantasy of fucking
needs for myself because no one came to my home.
That's what's up, dude.
No friends.
Like, yeah, I had this great party and we sat around and we ate yakisoba and acted like a bunch of fucking idiots. Like, are you kidding me? Can I see some pictures? Usually in this day and age, somebody has pictures. Like, why wouldn't he post pictures of the victory?
No joke,
like,
right?
If
victory
he thought
time.
It was a victory, bro, I'd be like, party time, and I'd be like, posting pictures. We'd be hitting the fucking beer bong, bro. Like, fucking.
That's why I keep saying shit. He's the master of the no-touch knockout. Like, people are getting at me. They're like, "What do you mean he's a dim mog?" I'm like, bro, he's clearly doing the no-touch. I mean, look at how many fights he's won with no touch. I mean, come on. He is,
bro,
I mean, that's like grand master of no touch at this point. Just because of the fight, number, bro. I mean, like, you look at his no touch knockout championship world title in Guinness Book of World Records. I think maybe we should reach out to them and see if they give a fuck.
Oh, dude,
they wouldn't touch
I
it.
think that's a perfect idea. I think that's a gracious idea.
And
I can't wait to see what Jesus Monkeys does. Like, seriously, like, I've been waiting for that article. Right before I had to go off Facebook and I noticed that Jesus Monkeys was on there. He reached out and he told me, he writes articles and rebuttals. So I can only imagine what article he's going to write in rebuttal of this. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's awesome. And I love the association. Like, I love that they mention my name and say that I'm a horrible person. Like, and go ahead, Don. You're absolutely right. There's nothing in my name, bro. Mobsters used to do it with their wives all the time. You should fucking take note, bro. Like, there's nothing funny. In my name. You can go ahead and you can fucking try to sue me all fucking day long, bro. I have nothing in my name. You can go after me all day. And, bro, I hope you try. I want you to try. I'm literally asking you to please go and get a lawyer. Go get a person that you think is going to take your case. The moment that they see what I have on you, they will drop the case and walk away from you. You are absolutely responsible for heinous shit 10 times worse than anybody's ever done to you for a decade or more.
Bro, for real, like a tarnished history, bro. Yeah.
Like, bro, like, so fucking bad, like, such a pile of shit that I urge him to do it. I want him to take this. I want him to take this the legal route. I fucking pray he does, the little fucking cunt. I pray he does. I really do.
That's fucking rad. Well, look, and like I said, though, I kind of want to double down on this, too, because I want to see the fight, dude. I want to see these fights. I'm even willing, bro. Like, I say this to Jen all the time. I'm like, should I just go challenge Don and just do this? But it's like, again, he won't fight people in a regular.
We need to do.
He won't fight you in a regular envorment.
Like that's the problem. So right now,
that's why I never fuck with him, because he does
any
weird
gym
shit.
Bro, any gym, any mixed martial arts gym in the country, we would be able to host this at. So if Don felt that he didn't want to leave far from Colorado Springs, we could go somewhere near Colorado Springs and we could have this fight at a mutual gym where nobody's respected and both people are coming like fucking warriors and walking into one fucking ring and having it out.
Yes.
Bro, all I want is the opportunity to show the world that Don Roley's a fucking fraud.
Yes.
I will absolutely help him pay his fucking way. If he needs gas money, if he needs anything, I will know what he totally is, and he needs to fucking mention.
You're gonna get bashed for bashing now, bro. You're gonna get.
You know what?
You're gonna get.
I'm gonna get bashed
for ridiculing on the bash, bro. The bash for a bash.
I'm gonna get bashed, bro. Oh my god! And here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing, man. He thinks that I'm going to sit here and I'm going to care about what I'm saying after all the horrible shit that he said about people, after the fact that he
so true. So true.
Bro, he's responsible for a man right now that's in a mental institution, that was literally losing his fucking mind because Don Rowley was posting stupid shit that he shouldn't be posting.
Bro, and that's the
I
thing.
have
it's
no
like
qualms.
Because somebody, dude, you look, somebody feels that they have to go then and prove, and it's like when you're talking about somebody who's already kind of like the perception of reality is already kind of starting to dissolve. There's no doubt, bro. And there were some videos in the past. What's not being shared, what is conveniently not being shared and posted right now, which unfortunately has, I shouldn't say unfortunately, it's been taken down because, it's probably the best thing to do. But there were videos where it's like, in a sense, the argument over medication. Obviously, our buddy didn't want to take his meds, and that changes things because he feels that they're causing these other problems, and that can be a huge problem for folks in these cases because, again, if the enemy becomes inward and it's like the medication is now the enemy, that's a really big that's a really big hurdle to tackle for doctors, especially when a patient starts to kind of fall into this case. So,
and wait till his psychologist, wait till his therapists see that there's a man bashing him online.
Talking
wait
legit
till the local
into this right now as we speak. These videos are up, and it's like, I hope that he goes and removes them just out of being cool. But like, here's the thing: those have already been screenshotted, handed over. Like, there's no doubt, and it sucks because it's like, bro, I am not gonna look. I can watch a dude be a dickhead to me. I can watch him be a dickhead sometimes to you with what you're doing because of how you do your shit. You go directly at him. I know I just came along and did my shit and the dude didn't like me. I don't give a fuck. But when it's like a bro who can't really already like having kind of a lot of problem there, like, and look, my history with our friend, even myself, I had to come to grips where I was like, wow, I had to look at myself and then be like, you know what, dude, like I had to change my ways even. So I'm not gonna say that all of us are it's about becoming a better person. So look, I'm hoping that I'm talking about Don. I'm hoping that Don will like do the deed, remove that bullshit about our friend who is honestly, it's 1096 situation. This isn't just a subject where it's like, okay, there was no violence involved. There's no women involved. He has a couple of girls that he's been getting fucked with online. Like, he has these people who try to get money from him, and they pose as females and they tell him all kinds of great things, and then he'll sing songs about them and stuff like that and do wild shit. And I'm always kind of telling him like, hey, those are fake women. Those aren't real women, my bro. And he's like, oh yeah, but I'm gonna marry this one. And I'm like, no, bro, just make me think about life, and media, do your thing.
Look,
and it's tough to coach sometimes,
Fact of the matter is this: a guy went publicly. And it's known to the public that he's dealing with a mental trauma, mental situation which he cannot control.
And they did finally remove the videos about not taking the meds and the arguments and that sort of thing.
Right, and I'm totally okay with these assholes bashing me. I'm totally okay with the constant articles. Hey, they bumped my fucking algorithm, bro. Keep fucking writing them. I love them. I think that it's great that one man has to fucking write articles.
That's
now.
all I have to say to anybody who comes across that shit. That's it.
One man.
Because that's happened to me in public in a situation. Yeah, one you show a person here at the dojo. I was like, look, it is in my dojo,
you know what?
my yard.
We must be doing something. You know what? We must be doing something right if we have a critic.
Yeah, the one person. I'm like, this is what it is. You know what I mean? And it's like, you're gonna have critics when you do your thing. That's no doubt. And I have several critics, and that's no problem. And even some of my critics I've spoken with, some of my greatest critics have even come to just join me on the show and say fuck it, because they just see my perseverance. They see I don't give a fuck either way, because that's how it goes in podcasting. People don't give a fuck. That's the catch. Back to it, bro. Though let's do this. Let's wrap this segment up. And then if you want to come back, I've got a couple things that I'll say. I don't know. What are you doing on time, bro? While we're on.
Nope. we can come back real quick, dude. I mean, because I definitely like to
wrap up even, yeah.
So I think people need to really get a gist of what's going on, and that they need to understand where this goes. Again, this is no longer your war. It's no longer my war. Now Don's really got to answer for what he's done to this person mentally. And I know you told me, bro, there was the guy that he literally like celebrates the guy's birthday and he fucking killed himself. And he literally makes a joke out of that. Like, you know, those local authorities know about that as well. I don't know if anybody's aware.
Look, the file was pretty, I don't mean to laugh, dude, but it's so sad. The file was extensive. And look, my thing is this. The ultimate catch here too when we come back is that I'm gonna put it out, because all Don wants is to fight people. He wants challenges, he wants to do this, he wants to do that. Bro, you'll fight him on an MMA platform. Fucking I'll fight him on an MMA platform too. If he wants to lose his shit, like John challenged me. Fucking bro, if he would just fucking like come down to earth, get into a ring or a cage, put on lightly leathered gloves, wear some shorts or your Speedo or whatever you want that you makes you most tactile. I think we shouldn't have feet coverings. I think, you know, that way fair kicks, bro, because kicks, you know what I mean? If he's afraid of the kicks and he wants to tone kicks down and do some leg and shin, I'd even go leg and shin, but I think hands, head, leg and shin, and not even fucking head, fucking hands, leg and shin, go.
Right. And really quick, I just want to say this too. You know, he felt before, when we first initially set up the first engagement, that he would be, that I would have the upper hand basically if we did mixed martial arts. And I felt, well, that's stupid, since you're asking me to go and fight you with wooden weapons when obviously you have far superior training to me in that situation. So again, if he was so worried about something being unbalanced, why did he try to tip the scale on me?
He's the fucking licensed Bujinkan practitioner. If anything, you should be fearing his unfair advantage. I mean, my God. He took lessons from that guy with the purple hair, bro.
I guarantee you there's no fucking way that I have the experience as he would, but I guarantee you, Don, if you meet me in a ring, I will give you the opportunity to show the world what you're made of. I will give you the opportunity to show the world that you truly are a fucking ninja master. I will pay fucking gas money. I will help you fly. I will do whatever it takes to make sure that you show up to this event, bro. I will make sure you show up, and I will make sure that you get everything. I will make sure you get a fucking 5-star hotel. I promise you, dude. Just show up, stop being a little bitch, and prove it to the public. Nobody's listening to you anymore.
That's Ninja Master. Motherfucking, look, all right. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back. We're going to wrap this thing up, guys. I agree, because we got to kind of double dip now and talk about exactly that. So we'll be right back.
Yep.
Back in action, coming back from the break. What'd you do on the break? Did you have a sandwich?
Bro, I just smoked a massive bowl in Don Rolly's honor.
You did drugs, as Lourdes would say.
Bro,
are you on a drug-induced rant?
Bro, but I don't know why he thought I was doing bong hits. I'm like just taking like
bongs. Yeah, oh, me neither. I don't know. Hitterods. Right now, I got this vape, and so that's even like a little bit more. The vapes are harsh, though. We've had this conversation. The vapes are harsh.
Oh, dude, they're way harsher than like, bro. I smoked a bowl the other day, and I was like, this is so different.
Look, flower does always just kind of hit different for the Ninjaku Jitsu portion of this broadcast. The flower does hit different, and again, you know, indica. Just remember, folks, you're new to this. Indica, couch. You know.
Yep.
There you go. Sativa. It's gonna make you a believer. I just made that shit up. I've never heard that before. anything else like vape products, dabs, butters, weird stuff, anything that you add into foods, edibles, they all have their own different flair and kind of purpose, serve some great purpose. So if you're looking for healing, I'm going to recommend edibles, I'm going to recommend topicals, heavy in CBDs. If you're looking for thought experiments, man, hit them sativas, do fun stuff there with the various sativa blends and anything you can, butters, however it comes, vapes, whatever. And then you need that mellow, go to bed, long day's fight, wall deep thinking, maybe. Hit them indicas, go that route. I think that's a fair assumption. What do you think, bro? Is that fair?
For me, so I've always known it like this. Like, if you want a couch locker, you want to sit on your couch and you want to watch movies and fucking potato chips, you get an indica. If you want to get one of those highs that, kind of get you out there and get you motivated and, you kind of got a little bit of energy, that's your sativa. I'm a hybrid guy. I like the kind of mixture of both of them. And that kind of is just me, but it's very different for everybody. I think that there's a DNA for it, Yep.
Hybrids, and then you go dominance and that sort of thing. I agree. I like hybrids, sativa dominant. That to me, it feels like it gives me the edge on the angle on keeping going. But bro, like if I hit, what I'm saying, I go with the indica route, I'll find myself in the couch lock too. And that I find it purposeful. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I remember back in the day, before I knew a lot, I just hit the dispensary, started hanging out, afraid to ask questions, didn't want to seem uncool, didn't want to do that thing because there's a whole stigma. And a lot of folks are kind of breaking loose, and they're finally walking into these dispensaries and finding that people treat you as you're part of their holistic family where everybody's there for purpose. They find healing in substance, right. Like the different creams and all the shit. Bro, it's so rad.
They want you to ask questions, bro. Yes. Like, again, this is a holistic. Like, I will absolutely agree with Dale Dipshit. Like, I'm a huge marijuana advocate. Like, I think that it's absolutely wonderful, and I think that it's very medicinal, and I think it's medicinal both when you smoke it and when you eat it. I mean, it's got so many uses, bro. I mean, you can even use the fucking rope from the plant and you can use it for paper. You can use it for fucking so many different things. Like, talk about a plant that is so giving,
absolutely
to mankind.
Versatile. Yeah, and bro, to the extent you're right about Dale, because he does. He chiefs hard and he promotes that. I've always been cool about that with him. I never fucked with Dale. I would be honest with you, dude. I've never fucked with Dale. Because I noticed that he just kind of smokes weed, does his acupuncture thing, fucking hangs out, whatever it is he does. I always thought the dick video was kind of fucking hilarious, But then again, I personally. One of my first interactions with his media or his content, he was smoking Chiva and just like hella hitting it and talking about Richardson or something like that, calling him Richardson a bunch of names. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And then I started finding, I'm like, oh, Rolly's associated with this guy. Like, he hangs out with Rolly. He's in the crew. I always thought that was funny because Rolly talks so much shit about people who smoke that weed. But I guess because, Dale Dugas Dale Dugas gets a pass. Because he's an acupuncture medicinal
Well, I guess Richardson didn't feel the same as he does since he was, fired from his job.
Yeah, heard about that. That was back in January.
It's misfortunate.
Yeah. But he's still talking about it to this day. So obviously it pissed him off. But that,
bro.
Because it's like having to switch. It's having to switch tattoo shops. We were talking about that because we had that. And that was getting shared. And then later on, Dale's like, oh, this was in January. And a lot of the people were even like, why the fuck are you talking about it now? Because he's getting messages from people being like, oh, bro, that sucks. It's like, dude, watch the shit that you're sharing. I'll say that. I've never fucked with Dale, but it's like, I do see some weird shit. You know why I don't fuck with him? Because he will wrap you into the pedophile shit right off the bat. Like, that is immediately his go-to. Immediately. And
which makes me
sucks. It sucks.
But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, it sucks. That's just the thing. They attach that shit to everything now. It becomes awkward and really weird for people anyway. And the reason it's awkward and weird is because it's so random and unusual to want to bring it up nonstop. That's the catch. And that's what a lot of folks, too, online have even said in the past, that the reason that they don't get into challenge fights and they don't fuck with these dudes is because how quickly they go to discuss very disturbing things and content and share these things. So, and then associate people with it. So recently, like an article was shared about child porn discovered by a teacher. You know, that's going to get shared in. All these folks are going to get, you know, asked what, you know, in like weird ways. You know, what do you think about that? Because you support pedophiles, blah. You know, and it's like, what the fuck? So crazy, bro. So look, I say this to because again, so many folks have been kind of brought around to these questions of like where these challenges are going to come into play. And again, I mean, Dale Dugas has had his challenges. Folks, Boodle Bob has had challenges out there. Dean Eichler has had challenges that he's walked away from. But Don. So many focus on the fight with Don. Like a fight with Don would be so peculiar. I can't even imagine what the fuck this guy would come into the ring or into the fight space looking like. You know what I mean? Because the videos honestly that I've seen are so awkward with his arms out, like he's like a monkey with cymbals. And,
honestly, bro,
weird
and I'm being completely open here. I can imagine it would probably bring me to laughter, and I say that, and I'm being completely honest, not to be a dick or to be an asshole. I can't see a guy like that of that composure, bro, or that kind of, you know, like whatever, man. Like I can't see that guy being a tough guy,
bro. Dude,
I just
agree.
Can't, bro.
I agree. Like if I'm looking again, like okay, let's say he's blue gloves, I'm red gloves. We're each on opposing sides of a fight space. Let's say it's a cage. You know, I'm gonna be on my end. I'm gonna be jumping up and down, banging my shit. You know, getting my fucking Tai Sabaki on point, readying my body to be prepared for this combat. I'm gonna be punching myself in the face. On my side, getting ready for this fight. And I don't know what Don would look like. You know, I would touch gloves and stuff. I would do all the touch gloves and walk up and shake the dude's hand. But as soon as the bell rang, I shouldn't give away what I'm going to do. But I mean, I would fucking, oh my God, bro. I would run in with the giantest flying knee to the face, to the dome. Like, I would just have to, like, if they hit the bell, I would just be like, I would be sprinting to the fucking other side of that ring, bro, to knee.
I can promise you probably almost 90% of the people that Don actually talks shit to could probably beat his ass. And I'm not saying that to be, again, a dick. Obviously, him and I have a battle, you know, but I would think this if him and I didn't have a battle. Like, that dude is not prepared for a real situation.
No. Oh, my God.
He's not.
Full sprint, flying knee. Like, spear knee. There'd be pictures of it where, like, I'd be like, my knee would be out, like, fucking way out, like, way leaned forward, too. Oh, my God, such lean. Spear, like, angled foot. Bing! You know, and it'd be like, it just, first fucking move.
And he's not ready for that type of combat.
That's what
he's not ready.
I mean, you know, I gave away my strategy, so obviously I can't do that now.
I could say a million things that I would do, and none of it would be giving away anything. If you have to think about it, again, I urge everybody to look at how this guy moves, how effeminate he looks, how broken down he looks. He looks disheveled. The guy looks like he fucking drinks a bottle of whiskey a day.
Bro,
he's a fucking
it's bad. It's bad.
Like, it's so bad. Look at his skin, bro. Like, literally, I'm sure that you can if you're around the guy, I'm sure he fucking perspires fucking rider's tears, bro.
Ugh. See, you're making me feel bad for now. It's like, now I'm picturing a flying knee to, like, the face of, like, a drunk elder who hangs out at, like, you know, O'Reilly's pub. And, like...
But in his case, but I'll say this. Normally, I would look at this situation and I'd be like, you know what? It's an old fucking man. And everybody knows that I would beat his fucking ass. And I know that everybody knows that if it came down to fucking fist or cuffs, I'd beat the fuck out of him. That's not a question. My question is, if he's a ninja master and he's so used to fucking getting in battles but never having to actually, you know, physically show up to any of them, why not prove himself? If he wants those millions of views, why not get them? I can fucking guarantee you right now, and I don't even have to fucking know 1 million people, but I guarantee you 1 million people would view this fucking fight.
It would get views.
1 million people.
Yeah, it would get views.
Bro, it'd get over 1 million views. I promise you, it would. If this was a fight and he agreed to this fight, there would be so much anticipation for this in so many different fucking sectors of the martial arts community. I can promise him he'd get over 1 million views.
Bro,
I can promise him that the whole world would see this fight. And that's the thing. If he is a ninja master and he's promoting, in fact, that he is a ninja master, he's writing all these books and he wants everybody to rely on him for this tradition, show the tradition. Show it. You know, like I've heard a lot of guys call it dojo storming. So come and prove it. If you're ready to show people, like if you can talk the shit, show it. Like, I'm tired of hearing Don talk his shit. Show it. Yep. Like, I'm giving him the opportunity. I'm telling him I will pay for his trip. I'm telling him that I have the money to do it. I'm telling him I'll pay for his gas, whatever it takes to get him there. All I need him to do is fucking come. I will make sure that he has a fucking great fucking hotel room. I will make sure that this gets fucking total coverage. I'll make sure this shit is fucking, it's probably even pay-per-view at this point, since people, I can't believe they're still doing it, but they're doing it.
No, absolute fuck. Alan Goldberg is I mean, bro, they're plugging pay-per-view. That shit is still a thing, bro. Look, and strong opinions out there agree that, you know, Don won't come to fight anybody again. He will always cower, he'll always hide. And we agree, but again, I'm totally there with you, bro, where the stage has to be set, where, you know, we either need to see some proof in action, or we need to see something to the extent to where this person just bows the fuck out. He's obviously
I'll say it
not.
like this. I'll say it like this to the pub.
Yo.
I'll say it just like this, like straight up, like, you guys talk a lot of shit, and you're all over there acting like you know exactly what to do. So now we're giving you the opportunity to meet us in combat so that everybody publicly can see it. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't need to talk shit. And in fact, if this person that you meet in public beats your ass, which I'm pretty much sure is going to happen, I would say that you can't fucking sit there and talk shit anymore. Nobody's going to listen to you, nor are they going to buy your shit. So again, this is a really clear indication of a puss. And this is a clear indication of a fucking coward. A person that can't meet me in a combat situation that is public. A person that doesn't want the public to see what's going on. The fact that I have to meet him. And again, I will straight up word for word from that fucking, that letter sent. He straight up says, I will show up with my entourage and you will follow us. Like, he doesn't say you and your entourage. He says, you will follow us to another location. Yeah. Like, that already is fucking straight up fucking creep, bro. Like, why the fuck would I do that, bro? Yeah. And like, yeah, you're like, I'm gonna let you goat me into a situation. And here's the thing, I have fucking more than reason to believe that fucking shit never would have happened anyway, because nobody even showed up to his house.
Bro, there's nothing going on there. Again, I've seen no evidence that anybody even gave two fucks and a shit. Carl, who sent the messages back and forth, was probably one of the few people who even know that, you know, when and how and why, let alone the rest of us, because it wasn't publicly published, you know, weeks in advance. There's no way to expect. It's so much garbage. That's not how it works. So again, challenge fights in the martial arts are exactly what Don has before him. He has you, a person willing to set the stage for the challenge to occur. Don may have certain stipulations as when it has to occur. I'm sure that you and I and everybody who's going to get involved are more than willing to meet him on time, and if he needs a location that suits his needs, absolutely. Look, and again, I want to double down on this, because it's like, if we can get it to happen once, you know what I'm saying, and this is how it goes down, then we can get this to happen again and again and again. And then Don, if he wants to start to build up his repertoire here, you know, bro, I'm right after you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if he wants to start stepping up the Mortal Kombat level,
I'll straight up beat his ass and walk away, and he never has to hear about me gloat about it.
Bro.
I just want the public. I just want the world to see what he's worth. His books, his publications, all of his stupid videos, all of his shit talking for the last 10 years means nothing if he can't meet me in a ring.
I agree. If he can't fucking at some point get, even if it's like a backyard gloves brawl, like you know, God, if that's what it comes to, but it's like at least to the point to where folks know where it's at. It's somewhat established. But dude, I mean, with the availability of what we have, when we can do, when we can have a facility, bro, I can right now. I got a handful of, like you said, you've got facilities ready to go. I got facilities ready to go too. I've got folks who are just like, that fucking shit is hilarious. Let me know. And I'm just like, bro, I kind of laugh, but then at the same time, I'm like, fuck, here's another gym ready to rock and roll, to house some shit, to put a fight together. Like, they get it. And there's a Colorado Springs. I should do this. There is a Colorado Springs. It's Kempo karate, so you gotta be careful with those Kempo people, because they're known to have fight nights. I've been invited to fight nights at this Kempo place. It's kind of badass, and it's kind of, I think it's on Don Roley's side of town, if I'm not mistaken, because it's up there, kind of like near Woodman and in that area of Colorado Springs. So it wouldn't even take him long to get there, bro. He could stay at home, you know, the night before the event. We'll do a dinner, and then we'll get him, you know, we'll get together, and then we'll fucking just do this thing. I don't even fucking get what the problem is. It's like, bro, it's all so right here and so available. It's pathetic.
Again, if he's willing to go public and say all the things that he's saying and pretend like he's some stupid guy named lordonus-saprolleyens, then he should be willing to back that shit up.
Yeah, bro.
If lordonus-saprolleyens is willing to talk about the fact that I didn't come to Colorado, then he should be able to talk about the fact that now 7 times publicly I've offered a fight to him.
No, bro, look, all right, look, I'm going to do this. In this podcast, man, I think we've covered a number of things here. We've kind of went to that point to where I want to always open it up with some good conversation, get people pumped, and then we gotta talk about what's going on out there, bring current events and relative to what's happening. Then there's the folks who are interested, listening in and waiting for the scoop, want to know what's happening. Then there's Don and his friends who want to listen for their purposes. Everybody has their reason for listening, and here's my catch. Up to this point, it's all out in the open. A fight is available. This challenge bullshit is nonsense. Don, right, fucking put your dukes up and jump in the fucking ring, coward.
Straight up.
My dude, coward, just jump in the fucking ring. I'm even willing to be like, you could almost take a pick. Like, I've got a couple other folks who would like, you know, I'm almost like, Don, look, we could give you a lineup of those of us
that are ready.
That are ready. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if that's what it
take your fucking pick.
Just pick your man and fucking jump in the fucking ring, dude.
Like, just stop being a little
just
bitch.
Jump in
like,
the ring.
I know for a fact, and he knows, he's gonna listen to this, and he's gonna know.
No, he's listening now.
Bro, I guarantee you right now, he's being a little fucking bitch, and he's shitting himself, and I got to come up with another way to make myself publicly look relevant. No, you don't, bro.
Cool.
Accept the fight. Stop being a little bitch. I've made everything available to you. This will be something that absolutely benefits you, win, lose, or draw. You will absolutely benefit from it. You will get the views you've been talking about getting now for years. You will get all the publicity, and all those frauds out there, Don. If you win, all those frauds, you were right about them.
Oh, bro,
you get to walk away, bro. If you get to win, bro, if he wins, if he beats me, then all the things they've said for years are right. He's 100% right. He is right.
Right as rain, my man. Listen, I agree, and the stage is set. Jump in the fucking ring, like, fight, dude. Stop being a bitch on that note. So I'm right there with you. Everybody knows it's out there, it's open, it's available.
Right.
Regardless of where Don stands in any legal reference to anything, whatever it is he wants to do legally, yada yada. He likes to talk about those things. As a person right now who creates content, creates podcasts, dude, and what I've done in the past, I would jump in and I would do this in the ring. Gloves, you would do this in the ring. If he doesn't want gloves and stuff, if he wants to go like no gloves, no feet, and go like bare knuckle fight, check it out. I will go that route. I will bare knuckle. Be like, well, okay.
I'll bare knuckle fight him if we can absolutely put it together where it's public and it's being live streamed. I'll bare knuckle fight.
Bare knuckle fight with Don, bro.
Oh,
give me that. Yeah,
100%.
No, bro. I will fight you for the bare knuckle fight with Don. How about that, bro?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, please. Yes, please. Like 100%
fight with Dawn.
No qualms. Like Dawn needs to put up or shut up at this point. Like stop writing stupid articles.
At
like
the
nobody
kendo
cares.
Joint, or at the Kempo karate joint. Like full geese, like white geese. Like
oh, bro, it'd be devastation.
God, dude, it's so great. Oh my God, it's so great. Let me get a jam here that fucking help reflects how great this idea is. So look, there's Kempo Karate Place, I think, would house this. But again, there's a number of MMA gyms. There's people this is what they do. So the fights are there. If you want them, Don, you got them. Like, jump in. Lourdes, as Don, Lourdes Don, Lordonus. Thanks for the hype. Appreciate it. Got a lot of listens because of those links. So that was real cool. But again, there's going to be... I don't like this music. There's going to be a lot going on. Sorry, bro. There's going to be a lot going on in the future. So it's like, get like, if Lourdes is going to be like the play-by-play action, like correspondent for what happens between you, me, and Don and these folks, that is a pathetic life. Like, I am so fucking sorry. He's like, well, I guess I better involve myself into some shit that's totally pathetic anyway.
Well, that's what the dead giveaway is, bro. It's like, nobody in this world, I don't care how loyal, they could be your blood relatives, they're not going to care that much.
They don't care.
Not that much.
Bro, we are laughing at you, like, currently, and you listen to everything. You've been watching and following me. Jump in the ring. Bare knuckles. Let's fucking do it. Fuck it, right? Slam it. He's going to talk about this now. Oh, now I got a tag team fight coming up. Tag team bare knuckle match. I'm going to send him when to meet me just a day before the event. And then blah, blah, blah. I'm not playing that bullshit. Like, I don't, like, nowhere in any universe does this, oh, well, the challenger gets the dirt. Bro, you accept the fucking fight that we have laid before you. If you need time, if you need a certain area, we got your back. But all the other bullshit is pathetic.
I'll give his drunk ass 6 months to get ready.
I mean, if he needs like a bunch of time, or if he wants to come around this time next year, I mean, bro, but we can't, nobody's going to meet you in a weird park and do this weird foot fetish meetup that you're setting up. It's not what we're into.
Here's the thing. Nobody's a coward because they didn't show up to an event that you just told them about 24 hours before happening. And they're in a completely different state.
That in itself is the act of cowardice. It's like, oh, I'm going to delay my message so that, bro, give me some bullshit breaks. I've heard that on the inside he's laughing because he's saying that what this is truly ninjutsu, is just making people go crazy and run around and I'm doing real ninjutsu. I'm like, if this is ninjutsu, you look like a bitch, dude. Like, because you've backed down from every fight that's ever come across your fucking doorstep. Every single one. And you claim victory over this most pathetic bullshit. And again, I think we've covered that broadly throughout these podcasts. In this podcast in particular, again, laid out the fight. We've laid it out. We've got the reasons for it. You fuck with one of our friends that kind of pissed me off. That's kind of where I'm coming from now. I've never really wanted to challenge John just because I know how motherfucking stupid he is over this shit. You don't challenge Don because then what you get is just a fucking marathon of nonsense and people messaging you and you went through it. You saw exactly what happened.
Quick. Like, it doesn't have to be a marathon, because if he acts like a fucking man, like every other person that gets a challenge from an MMA gym or in an MMA match or any situation, that's in relevance of that, they meet up and they actually do it. And that's the thing. That's the difference between Don, is he's not willing to meet me in a situation where he knows I can publicly make him look like a fucking idiot. And I will. and I know I will, and I'm willing to put, again, I said 1,000. I will say this publicly. I will put $2,500 down on myself.
There you go, bro. That's a wicked purse. Again, with Mixic, with what I've got, we've got a number of establishments that both you and I have reached out to people. We've got a number of people who are willing to jump on, do some fun advertising, get some cool shit going on, and then as well stream and broadcast on a few different platforms. So we're talking YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We've got a Twitch feed for this. We've got it all. So it's kind of fucked up to me because here's the catch, and this is what Don doesn't understand, that in the background, I've been working on fight promotions and trying to get something going. Back in the day, I was really working down the rabbit hole and getting deep in with some folks who were doing karate combat. But karate combat blew up. And if folks, karate combat, well, I had on Christina Kavakopenlau. She was one of the first few female fighters in the mixed martial, or I'm sorry, in the karate combat cards that they put together. Karate combat was at that time on YouTube. She jumped on. I was in line to get some conversations going with Bass Rutten. We were going to have the Bear Edwards, this last name Edwards, and then even locally, who I'm still in contact with, and I'm friends with him on Facebook, or we should do this. I should do this interview with him. Is awesome dude, and right now gold belt holder is Josh Quahagan. So all with karate combat. As I worked a podcast called Combat 360, I made some really cool connections out there. Look, they were loving the idea. Every time I brought up there needs to be a ninja combat, the director of production himself, I got a message from him saying, hey, so-and-so said that you had an idea for a ninja combat, lay it out. And I sent like an elevator pitch back. Never heard back, that's kind of how it goes in these businesses. But again, look at what happened with karate combat. They're blowing the fuck up. So a peon like me, who's like a little side maybe hustle, they probably passed on several people like me. But it was cool. I was in with them, hanging out, making a podcast, kind of exclusive, getting one-ons with their folks. Did a lot of cool content sharing in that. So I thought karate combat was great. This is the sort of element that ninjutsu needs. I've always felt it necessary. For that reason, we're ready to rock and fucking roll, dude.
And here's the thing, man. Like, we're ready to go now. It's not like we need to set it up. Like, it's one phone call away, and I will have the biggest venue that he needs. I will literally have, like I said, there will be.
Don, it's a venue, bro. Anything, yeah.
I will at least have local media coverage on it too, as well. I'll even make that happen. Don will get all of the publicity he has desired for so long. All he has to do is meet me in a ring.
I wonder if we could get Colorado Springs. Like, I've been on the news a couple times out in the Springs. They have like a on the scenes hustler guy. His name's also John. And we did like a spit segment for fucking Sportique Scooters back in the day. So they come out, they ask us questions about hookers on the red light joint around the corner and all this shit. We used to get questioned all the time about shit. We were like their inside scoop. This is so great. And what that relationship kind of pushed into the fact that we got like free advertising from the news. I mean, they sent John out. He was like, look, we're going to do a whole thing. We get 2 segments. We'll cover your sales floor. We'll talk about everything. In the video, I'm running my fucking mouth about scooters and shit and doing all this stuff. So look, I like when you say about like Colorado Springs local news, like, Don, just look it up. I've been on the, like, bro, look it for your fucking self. Like, the connections that we have are there, and your bullshit is this is it. You're the only one.
And the connection, bro,
it's just step into the ring that has been presented before you.
I can actually, like, my connections are associated with some of the biggest martial arts events in the country.
Well, there's no doubt, bro. I'm trying to, like, seem relevant by talking about, like, local news correspondents and karate
like,
combat, you bring, like, some serious heat. Like, yeah.
Not like, and that wasn't even my intention. I just want Don to know, like, if there's any question in his mind about how, like, relative these venues would be, like, they would be epic venues. Like, it's not like I would just pull a venue out of my ass and we would get some fucking shit infested fly fucking curdling fucking pile of shit gym. Like, this would be a very relevant media coverage. Again, pay-per-view, it would get get media publicity. It would get internet publicity. Bro, like, this is the biggest thing in the world, and all he has to do is tip his hat to it.
Bro, and
all
here's the catch.
Do is say yes.
Let's say he listens in. Let's say he listens in, bro. I would have to make a few phone calls, obviously, and I'd have to get a few folks from back in the day on the phone and you know, of course, do those whole catching up bits, but I'd be able to get to the point. But Don can listen in on this. Like, look, if he wants small time, you know, I got the fucking all right, listen, I hope it's still around there, but Stargazers as a venue, bro, friends and just phone calls away, like easy peasy. Stargazers there in Colorado Springs. If he wants to use something like something super rugged, I got the Black Sheep on lock too. The Black Sheep is a music venue where we could do like a low-lying fucking boxing ring, and it would actually be hella intimate. There's a stage too for awards or setup or anything like that, carry on in betweens, and there's a bar. So I mean, we could do something low key like that. Stargazers does have a bar, but it's way more lit, way bigger, way proper. Again, phone call away. You know, I don't know if they're still open or not, but motherfucking what the fuck were they called? The Dime. They changed the fucking name, and I can't remember what it was. What it used to be, Double Dime, but it's. Can't remember what the fuck they changed the goddamn name to. Phone call away though. I just have to call another buddy, be like, hey, is the bar still open? If the bar's still open, boom, another venue. Now again, martial arts venues, gyms out there. Again, I've made buddies with other groups out there, the Warrior Academy, motherfucking. You go around the corner up there to the Kempo joint that I'm talking about, around off Woodman, and then way up there too, or rather in the mix. I say way up there because I used to be down by, and Don knows what the fuck I'm talking about. I used to be down like by the Broadmoor area. The ATA joint, and right around the corner from the ATA joint, bro. And they would totally house some shit like that because they don't give a fuck. They're down with the Olympic crew, who the Olympic kids hang out there and train at that facility, and Don loves that. But right around the corner from there, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu joint. That place, they would house this in a heartbeat. So 100%. In his hometown, I have listed like a handful of places. I hope Stargazers is still open because that would be the bomb.
Right. And they would love, and you know, any place would love the publicity it would get. Yeah. Again, whether or not Don thinks I'm a small name, because I know he thinks I'm a fraud and I'm a nobody. Well, he is, and he wanted to be a public figure. So now's your chance to show the world that you indeed are a ninja master. Yeah. That your millions of fucking stupid books that you've written are actually relevant, and you can actually read them and you can actually gain knowledge from them.
I think the best place for this would be at the Black Sheep, personally. I think the Black Sheep is a venue. It's super back alley. It'd be like an 80s brawl walking into it, kind of like fight night. We could set it up. I've got friends who are involved in productions there anyway that just are looking for reasons to get people in the door to pay money to watch some shit and drink fucking beer at the bar. So needless to say, there's a bar there, bro. Did you hear that, Don? There's bar there, bro. Yeah. I shouldn't say nice bar, but this place I think is probably the most worthy of what a fight with Don should be. So I know we're shooting for, like, you know, good top level joints, but really I think that if I could get the Black Sheep in on this, I know I could. I don't even know. It's just again, it's a couple phone calls away. There are folks in the Springs that I know would watch this anyway because people look for that kind of thing. You could throw some folks downtown with signs, you know, and promote the fight on like a Friday or Saturday night and get some extra folks in the door for that. And then again, I think it's a location where a lot of folks would show up.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty rad. I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't think he'll ever bite, but the fights are available, Don. And here's 100%.
And if you guys want to all keep talking shit, you guys can be a little bunch of fucking girls and you guys can fucking act like we're not saying it publicly. But again, Don, I am challenging you publicly to a mixed martial arts match. I will drive to you in Colorado, or I will fly you to wherever it is. It will be on an amazing venue, and you will absolutely get public publicity. You'll get everything that you've requested now for over a decade.
It's views, yeah. Because and he always says, that'll get the views.
Oh, bro, and if he wins, if he wins, he gets to fucking talk forever about how much of a badass he is, and he will be able to be the reigning king of the fucking BSMA.
Fucking A,
and
bro.
Fucking he'll be able to fucking dip his fucking balls right in Lourdes's fucking face, bro.
Like, oh,
whatever it takes.
We're different people, and I beat the shit out of Adam, and then I beat the shit out of John because he was next up. Bro, I want to set these fights up. Here's the thing, though. Like, he always turns to bash other, like, no-name folks when shit comes up. I've had people reach out to me. Look, I don't know who the fuck some of these people are that he talks about. I don't know who Ron Collins is. I've never met the guy. I don't know who the fuck he is. I'm not aligned with him. I don't give a fuck. I've never met him. I have no fucking clue. He's not relative to shit until it gets brought up by people like this dude. So, but apparently there's been fights before alleged that were going to happen between this dude and that dude. Bro, if we want to get all these fucking folks from his past and line them up again, I think they're more than happy to do so. Now, does that mean that I give a fuck about what they have to say, their content or their shit? Fuck no. I mean, bro, just ask Richardson. That dude and I agreed to fucking disagree. You know, is some shit,
and
bad
bro,
shit
welcome
happens.
to
I come to him, but other
and he
than
can
that,
bring
bro,
he can bring his entourage, dude. His large groups of one, bro. He can bring them. Like, it doesn't matter because it'll be a public venue,
bro. And that's what I'm saying. It's like we have the connection with everybody that, you know, would be relevant to this. Like, whether or not I'm on good terms with them doesn't matter. It's, you know, it's there. And again, the venues, I'm on great terms with the folks there. So, I mean, everybody's looking for a reason to fucking party and get together and watch a fight and drink. So right. Bro, again, let's wrap this up by saying, yeah, you want challenges? You got all the challenges you want. I got 5 off the top of my head I can list. Adam, number 1. I'll stand in second, and then I'm sure Richardson or this Collins dude or whoever the fuck is going to pick up the 3rd and 4th and 5th slots. Bro, he can start rounding out, you know? I mean, take it all to the top if this is the case, but this is exactly the point. You're a bitch, step into the ring.
Right. And stop being a fucking coward, bro. Like,
and stop making fun of our fucking buddy. Like,
I'm offering to pay for it. And here's the thing, I'm putting, dude, $2,500 on myself.
Bro, and there's fat cash involved. 2.5K. All you got to do is step in the ring for your very first go round. It's going to take me a little bit of time, but if I need to do a little cash to entice them too, then maybe I'll throw my purse up a little bit too. But I'm going to put this out there.
Bro, I can promise
could probably make 10K if he could take down all of us.
I promise you can bet on me. Make sure you bet a lot and tell your wife it's okay.
Well, that's the other catch. I think folks could maybe make some money if we could get this in on the right revenues. That's a whole nother thing. We like form a nonprofit and turn it into a motherfucking just a thing real quick, and then do our purses, and then the nonprofit, and wrap it up into awareness for an organization. Don't bully. We do it as mental awareness or raising awareness. You
know what we should raise, and you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do.
No bullying.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Is the catch?
All of my winnings, bro. I'm going to say this publicly. If Don does this, all of my winnings are going to go directly to autism, bro. They're going to go directly to people that are in mental institutions. They're going to go directly to people that are suffering from mental conditions. And I want to say that publicly, and I'm putting down $2,500 on me. I urge everybody else to put a little bit of money down. If Don accepts this fight, it will be the biggest thing for him. It will be the biggest thing for me. And all he needs to do is show up. He doesn't have to do anything else other than show up.
Yep.
He can bring anybody he would like. He is welcome to, again, show up in whatever way he would like. I will absolutely go public and say, again, I will offer to help him pay for his gas. I will offer to help him pay for a ticket if we find a venue somewhere else. I will do whatever it takes to ensure Don gets there. I will pay for the whole motherfucking trip. He just needs to not be a bitch and show up.
That's it. That's the point. It's just, bro, stop being a bitch and show up to a fight. It is worth fight. Like, stop.
It's worth the couple grand. It is worth the couple grand that I'm going to be able to fucking beat his ass publicly. It's worth the couple grand.
And bro, and that's the thing. I mean, there's a few of us at this point that would agree, where it's like, fuck. I'm gonna have to pay for my gas to get out there. I'm gonna pay for my shit. I'm gonna have to throw a person, whether or not he decides to throw down money. I think we'll even give him the money handicap. Like, he doesn't even have to throw down. You know what I'm saying? He can just enter. But bro, I don't mean to take steam, but it's like there's a list of us who are down if it would just be an honest challenge, an honest challenge, and that's where he needs to come to grips. It needs to be an honest challenge, and not some bullshit figment of your fucking imagination, weird ass.
Here's the thing.
Stalker in the woods shit.
How long does Don think he's going to be relevant? I mean, I saw a person commenting on the very video where he challenged me, saying, "It's really funny how you never have to physically do anything to win all these matches."
Dude, yeah.
I'm giving him this opportunity to meet me physically.
Yes.
I'm giving him the opportunity to prove to the world and all of his stupid fucking butt buddies at the BSMA that in fact he is able to do all the things he says he can do. I don't believe him. I think he's a fraud. I think the Boogie's a fraud. I think that Masaki is a fucking fraud. I think they're all a bunch of fucking frauds.
Word.
And I'm willing to go public, and I'm willing to fucking put $2,500 says I will beat the fuck out of him.
Word up. So that's, dude, yeah, no, exactly. That's the exclamation point here. I don't think it gets any more definitive than that. Look, and again, it's a point to where he's brought it upon himself. I mean, fuck, he challenged, or he accepted a quote unquote challenge from Anthony months ago that he diverted attention away from to focus on what he was doing with you, with playing around and hiding in the bush and shit. So the time's now. So here you go. Don, everybody, listeners everybody's up to date. You're at this point, get out your legal pad and just let us know, when it's going to happen and where you need it to happen. And then you got a number of fights on your hands. You got fight cards to last you at least a year or two to bank some money on, put a little extra coin on your pocket, given you win. You might have people bet in your favor and take home a little extra coin.
And he was complaining, before I left Facebook that he didn't know if anybody would ever use him again for any martial arts instruction because of all the bad things I said about him publicly. Bro, if he goes public, not only will he get his vengeance, like he said publicly.
Yes, great point.
He'll get the ability to do all of those things. Like, you're telling people and your followers that you want the ability to have that vengeance. You say it publicly. You're like, oh, well, he escaped my vengeance. Bro, like, come get it. Like, I'm fucking telling you that you can come fucking get some. Like, fucking come get it, dude. Like, I will fucking come to you, for crying out loud. We just have to do this in such a way that everybody gets to spectate. Because to me, I just want one thing, and I told you guys last time on this pod, I have an ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is to prove to the world that Don Roley is not even relevant in means of the martial arts. My one goal is to prove that I will utterly beat his ass in less than 1 minute.
Bro, I'm throwing the knee. Okay, I'm throwing that flying ass fucking...
Bro, he won't even last 1 minute, dude. I've seen him before, dude. You know what? Seconds. I know people are like, he's cocky and he's confident. It's not about cocky and confident. I am so sure that I would absolutely obliterate this man that I'm willing to put $2,500 of my own dollars down, and I'm willing to spend up to $6,000 or $7,000 just to ensure that his time on this trip is a good one.
Well served time. Ladies and gentlemen, Don Roley in the corner, weighing in at about 130 pounds, recently out of the shower, red with psoriasis. Wearing the red gloves in the corner, a fighter of ninjutsu out of Colorado Springs, Don the douchebag Roley. Yeah. I got some good echo on that. You know what I'm saying? Bro, look, I'd love to see it. We'll get Bruce Buffer to fire bitch this. Get Bruce Buffer. That's a lie. We won't actually get Bruce Buffer. The other shit is legit though, so it's open field. Hunting season is open. Don, I recommend you follow the path of the righteous. Answer to the challenge. Show people what you have, and show them again what you are made of. Right. Show us some of your blood, Don. Let's, because that's what he likes to say to me.
And bro, stop talking about your love for anal, bro. We already know you have a love for anal.
Pissed.
We've talked about it many times, bro.
Lordonus is like, he's obsessed with Don Roley's genitals. I'm like, if he had genitals to obsess over, perhaps, but no, sadly, no one gives a shit. Only Lordonus was upset. Only Lordonus.
The fact that Don is aligned with the female anatomy makes it hard for him to have genitals for us to make fun of. So
mangina. Heat, bro.
Mangina.
Catching. I know who the pitcher is. Pitching from out of Colorado Springs. Pitching for the what do they call it there? The Rockies? Yeah. Pitching hard for the Rockies. Look, I think this is a well-versed conversation. We had laughs, we had cries, we had some serious shit in the beginning, and I want to go back and I want to say again, I mean, all shit fest aside, I am fucking hella pissed about what folks have said about our friend at INF. He's going through some shit. Shut your fucking mouths. He had a hard time. He's going through a lot that maybe you guys don't even fucking understand. So because of that, Don Roley, jump in the fucking ring, fight Adam like a fucking man, come to grips with your bullshit, fight Adam, get that out of the fucking way, win or lose, and then I got your back if you want, I'll take up seconds so you can maybe make a little bit more money, and we'll get these fights going. So that's what's up, guys. Fucking Ninja Podcast. Not giving too much of a fuck, I think.
Never
the fuck's given. We buried the last one. Wrote a book about it. But, Lourdes wrote an article about it, and, So, guys, stick around. Shit coming up with IANF. Competition information going to be released, and an NP jumping and pumping in Ninjutsu Society. Guys, jumping in Ninjutsu Society. Hang out for that. If you're still fucking listening, I applaud you for your kicking ass with us. We do have listeners who go all the fucking way, so shout out to you guys. I know we pretend like Don's the only one listening, but there's a good number of people who love this fucking shit and just laugh.
Sure.
They're like, dude, fuck. They're driving home from work right now, like, fuck yes. 2 hours gets me through. So shout out to y'all driving, working. Shout out to the listeners at MP and at Ninjutsu Society, guys. And shout out to Honeybee Ninjutsu, bro. Many long years to come. And
for sure, you do.
Yeah, bro. And then my friends in Komori, word up. We'll catch you guys around. Adam, thanks for jumping in, dude. Appreciate you, buddy.
For sure, dude. Later.
My man. All right, everybody. Peace out.